So this is a video about my experience in the Porsche Boxster. This is a video I'm putting on YouTube because this is the video I wish I would have found on YouTube when I needed it. I couldn't find one, so I'm making one. And this has to do with what if you put the wrong key in your Porsche ignition. So what happened was I was coming out of a store in the parking lot. I grabbed my key. I used the electronic trunk release to open the trunk, put the key back in my pocket, put the stuff I had in the trunk, climbed in the car, reached back in my pocket, grabbed my key, stuck it in the ignition, and turned it, and nothing happened. I looked down, I noticed that the key that I'd stuck in the ignition was my key for my Toyota. So I pulled that key out and went to put the correct key in. I mean, I've stuck the wrong key in many cars over the years, never really had an issue with it. You just got to take it out and put in the right key. But my Porsche key would not go into the ignition. So this is the Toyota key. That's the Porsche key. They aren't really that similar, but the Toyota key will fit. I'm not going to recreate the what happened because I don't want to take a chance. But anyway, once this key had been pulled out, this key would no longer go in. It would jam up right here. So I got my smartphone out and figured, okay, I'll just see what I can find on the internet. I find several posts about people doing the same exact thing. In fact, it's almost always a Toyota key that somebody stuck in, or a Lexus key. Almost everybody that responded said, you've screwed up your lock cylinder, you're going to have to replace your lock cylinder, you're going to have to take it to a dealer. The closest dealer to me is about 65 miles away. The car, it's a Tiptronic 2006 Boxster S is what we're talking about here, but I'm sure it applies to earlier and later ones as well. The car's in park, no way to get it out of park without the key in the ignition. So I call the local dealer, explain the situation. Yeah, we think you screwed up your lock cylinder. That's the most likely thing. You probably have to have it towed in. We can replace that for you. It's going to be somewhere between $800 and $1,000 to do the job. I called a locksmith. He didn't have any ideas because he had never dealt with Porsches. I called the local garage in town that works on exotic cars. He said he could fix just about anything, but he couldn't monkey with the lock cylinder because of the chip in this key. You'd have to have a dealer do it. So anyway, here's the deal. When you stick the Toyota key in the ignition, it will turn it. It just won't start the car because the chip it's looking for is not in this key. This key does. Now I've since read that the actual lock part of this has really nothing to do with anything. It's all based on the chip. And when you stick your Porsche key in, the chip is what actually starts the car. Now to shut the car off, you have to turn it all the way to the left, and it comes right out. Here's what the deal is. The Toyota key, if you turn it over to start the car doesn't start. And you can pull the Toyota key out without going all the way to the left. So the lock cylinder still thinks the Porsche key should be in there, and the Porsche key stays locked in there until you turn it all the way to the left. So what you have to do is stick your Toyota key back into the ignition, turn it all the way to the left, and pull it out. Then the Porsche key will go in again and function fine. So that's the bottom line. If you stick the wrong key in, you need to turn it all the way to as far as it'll go to the left before you can get your Porsche key in there. So that is the answer. Hopefully this helps somebody, because I spent 4 hours stuck in a parking lot trying to figure this out and trying to figure out how I was going to pay at least $1,000 probably with the tow and everything else, and possibly more than that, to just because of this stupid lock cylinder. So hopefully that helps somebody.